Sharpe's Fury is the 11th historical novel in the Richard Sharpe series by Bernard Cornwell, published in 2006. The story is set in 1811 during Wellington's campaign in the Iberian peninsula. Plot summary. The action takes place during the winter of 1811. The Peninsular War appears to have been won by the French. Cadiz is the only major Spanish town still holding out for their overwintering strongholds in Portugal. The British sally forth to the River Guadiana with a small force seeking to break a key bridge across the river. The mission is commanded by the young Brigadier General Moon, a man with no love for the upstart rifleman, and meets disaster when Sharpe and the men with him encounter a brutal opponent in the French Colonel Henry Vandal, commander of the 8th Regiment of the Line. Running from this first encounter, Sharpe and his small band of survivors are driven by Vandal into the fortress city of Cadiz, which is already besieged by a French army led by Marshal Victor. In Cadiz, Sharpe finds himself in the employment of Ambassador Henry Wellesley, younger brother to the Duke of Wellington, who is struggling to keep the various factions in Cadiz united against the French. To remedy this, Sharpe finds himself drawn into a deadly game of intrigue between the British spy master Lord Pumphrey and a shadowy murderous faction that is threatening to break the fragile alliance between Spain and Britain apart. The tensions that have grown up between the British and Spanish allies are heightened by the threat to the city, and the only chance seems to be a lifting of the siege. The joint army, led by the British General Thomas Graham and Spanish aristocrat General Le Pena, seeks to take the battle to the French. However, the Spanish refuse to fight, leaving the British isolated. It also means Richard Sharpe will meet Colonel Vandal for a second time at the Battle of Barossa. Release details: 2006 UK. HarperCollins, ISBN 00712015X. Pub date 28 August 2006. Hardback. It is in Sharpe's Fury that Bernard Cornwell inserts himself as a character. This character is likely to be Benito Chavez, as he describes this character as a writer with tobacco specks over his dirty clothes.